Okay, rearranging formulas. Formulas usually express one variable in terms of one or more variables, so we can use this knowledge of equations and inverse operations to rewrite a formula. Remember, you're always using SAMDEV. So opposite of bed mass, so that should be a B at the end, not an M. Okay, so if I'm looking at this first one, it's easy. The opposite of cubing something is cube rooting it. So when we look at that, S is going to be the cube root of V. For this next one, we're solving for W, so the first thing we need to do is bring the 2L over. So we have to subtract it. Then we get P minus 2L, and then we just have to divide by 2. So the next thing we're going to do is divide that whole other side by 2 to get W. Moving down, solving for L here. This one's a little bit harder. What I would do probably first is multiply the 4L up. So I'm multiplying both 4 and L to the other side. And now I'm going to just divide by anything that's not L. I'm going to divide by 4 and divide by N. So I get V divided by 4L, or 4 times L. Sorry, that should be N. So V divided by 4 times N, not L. All right. This is a really common equation here. So it says convert 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Use the formula C equals 5 over 9 times F minus 32. So we need to find 56 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. First thing I'm going to do is just rearrange the equation. So I'm going to multiply, I'm going to sub in my 56 for C. Then I'm going to multiply that by 9. I'm going to divide that number by 5. And then I'm going to add 32. So I've got 56 times 9 divided by 5 is 100.8 plus 32 gives me 132.8. All right. Next, you don't have to write this down, but isolate, then substitute, or substitute, then isolate. Okay? If you're isolating a variable first, a lot of times you're doing this if you have to find it multiple times. If you're substituting first, it's like 1, just like our last answer. We're just looking for one answer. Okay, this next one we have S equals 0.6T plus 331.5 gives speed of sound in air. We've got S is meters per second and air temperature is T. Determine the air temperature if I give you a speed. So we need to find T. So the first thing we're going to do is just rearrange our formula for T. So we've got S minus 331.5. We're going to divide that by 0.6, substitute our values in, and then just solve. So we get 7.5 degrees. You'd put a therefore statement. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just kind of getting through the note quickly so that you have a note and you can do the work today. In house construction, we've got a safe load of M kilograms that can be supported by a beam. So this is just shear strength. We've got thickness in centimeters and height in centimeters. It's given by this formula. And it says to determine H. So we need to rearrange our formula for H. So I'm multiplying the L up, so M times L. Then I'm dividing by 4T. And then I have to square root that whole value. I'm going to substitute everything in. So we get 500 times 4 divided by 4 times 10. So that's 500 times 4 is 2,000 divided by 40. So we're going to get the square root of 50. And the square root of 50 is 7.07. So our height would be 7.07 meters. All right, and there is your homework for today, and I will see you guys on Monday.